Another rivalry game between the Brown Bears and the Harvard Crimson, just moments away from getting started. Brown in the gray and brown. We'll kick off left to right to the Harvard Crimson wearing their black jerseys. And we've seen these teams a couple of times today. It has been really exciting rugby as they get on the field. Harvard beat Yale 45-0 earlier. Brown topping Dartmouth in a tight one, the Dartmouth second squad. That was a 12-10 Brown victory. And then in the second round, Harvard topped that Dartmouth second squad 21-14, while Brown topped Yale 24-0. See them in action. The Brown Bears and the Harvard Crimson. High kick. Brown knocked it around, tried to recover. It is scooped up by Jay Kim. And a call, what looks like a knock-on that gives Harvard control of a scrum. Crimson go and take the ball. It'll be Tom Nakata, the senior, and one of several international players on this Harvard side. Brown able to win the Harvard scrum. Taken down. John Kim was the one with the ball. Christos Economos is taken down to the ground. Able to get rid of it. Now Lowe finding a hole. Brown trying to move forward. A couple of Harvard tacklers there, but the Bears player couldn't quite see who it was. Just moving through, carrying defenders, and a knock on there as Kim couldn't hang on to it. Well, they say a foul actually against Harvard. Lumkong restarted it himself. Now Economos has to send it back. Thought of a pass for Austin Royan. Economos stuffed at the 5. He's knocked backwards. To Kim again. Off to the far sideline. And Harvard picks it up at the try line. A little bit of space there. Will it be enough? Wrapped up at the ankle was Alex Green. It was knocked on, and it'll be a scrum at 5. That was a delayed penalty, or delayed call. No score yet in the first 2 minutes and change. And waiting on the trainer for, looks like a very minor injury to a Brown player, maybe just like a cut on the hand or a cut on a face. Looks like something on the face of a Brown player. It could be Jay Kim over there. It is, in fact. The clock temporarily stopped there with the minor injury, but he is back and ready to go. Nakata will start the scrum. Last time he got a scrum going, Brown was able to win possession. This is knocked backwards into the Harvard try zone, and this is going to be kicked into touch. Watch out on Soldiers Field Road. And it just skips off the top of the bench coverings, though. That went into touch. It'll be a line out on the far side. Brown tossing it into play. Jay Kim gathers it. Unable to do so cleanly, though. And we'll set up a scrum at 15. The 15 away from the sideline, and Nakata again will put it in play. A little bit more comfortable position for Harvard here, though. And again, Brown wins it, but a whistle here, and they'll reset the scrum. Dartmouth started a little bit too early, it looked like. There's the bind. Nakata taps it on his teammate's back and goes back behind the scrum and picks it up. Mubako. Can he get around the corner? Mubako's got speed. Here he goes, turning towards the middle. One man to beat Mubako. Doing a dance with John Kim. Mubako does get wrapped up. And now the ball is loose, taken control of by Sean Lumkong. Good defense. Brown got back quickly. Mubako is a tough man to stop. Taken again. Austin Royan. Down on the ground. Santos. Good wrap up. Now Kim. Runs into a defender. He's taken down. Brown goes back to it. Quick juke. Back to Economos. Ankle tackle. Steve Danica staying with it. Now Kim tosses it back. He has to go and pick it up as Royan couldn't hang on. Kicked forward, and that'll go into touch. It stands pretty full here at Mignoni Field today. Again, lots going on. Here's Nakata. Found a hole, but he is wrapped up and taken down. Brown was able to win possession of the ball. Really a battle for it right now. Alex Green going at it with Austin Royan. Brown able to rip it away. Jay Kim down to the ground. Brown is able to loosen it up. Some room to run here. One last tackler to beat. Green. Great wrap up there, preventing Dan Aidman from getting too far. The best part about that tackle for Green was that he prevented a pass on the sideline. Now Mubako, he's got room and he will cross across the try line. Most noise we've heard from the crowd today between Harvard and Brown fans at Mignoni Field. And now we'll see Ryan Santos go for the conversion. That's the first points of the game. Jordan Mubako is scoring. And we're about to hear the horn. Santos drops it through. Perfect kick. And again, the first-year combo tallies 7 points together. That'll do it for the first half. We'll step aside for just a moment. 7-0 Crimson on the Ivy League on ESPN.
I didn't plan to end up in the food business. I started, right after graduation working for a consulting firm. I left the consulting firm and got a job in a restaurant, and then I fell in love with it. So I came back to Boston and opened a bakery. Now I own 4 bakeries and a restaurant. When I got to Harvard as a freshman, I'd always been kind of a math geek in high school, so to me it seemed natural to kind of fall into math. I realized there were so many other things that I didn't even know existed that I could possibly be interested in. I think Harvard spends a lot of time trying to make sure that all of its offerings are really enticing and well put together. When I first started it, there was a whole world that kind of opened up. I mean, it's like going to a buffet where there's, all the best desserts in the world. You just don't know where to start. But imagine everybody who goes just kind of takes a moment and says, wow, I thought I was going to be X, but now I could potentially be Y or Z, which is the fun part. My name is Joanne Chang. I graduated in '91 and I lived in Leverett House.
exciting first half between the Harvard Crimson and the Brown Bears. The Harvard Crimson break their huddle. They have a 7-0 lead right now, thanks again to the freshman combo of Mubako and Santos. Jordan Mubako and Ryan Santos, two international talents coming in to join Mike Diamantopoulos and the Harvard Crimson Rugby Club. Santos from the Philippines, Mubako from Zimbabwe. We have seen Mubako's speed several times today. He had 2 tries against Dartmouth, 2 tries against Yale. Santos had 3 conversions against the Big Green and added a try and 2 conversions against Yale earlier. Really exciting for Coach Diamantopoulos and his squad, developing his really exciting freshman players. No secret about it, Harvard's goal here in this tournament is to win, especially after a bit of a disappointing spring season, now taken away on an attempt to pass back. Great positioning by Nakata. Now Nakata springs forward. He's brought down. Ball is loose. Santos jumps on top of it. 25 seconds into the second half, and this is thrilling so far. Santos kicks it to himself. Restarts. Gets it to Polajako, and he is in for the try. Dives forward, and Harvard extends the lead to now 12-0. Polajako with the try there, and it looks like they'll go to Santos. Santos got a tough kick ahead of him. He's got a leg. See what he can do. He's kicking into the wind as well. 12-0 the score right now. This one is down and certainly had the power, but a little bit off target. So it stays at a 12-0 game. Brown, the defending champions for the Ivy League Sevens. This is the team here in Harvard that, of course, they want to develop some players, get the experience before 15 season starts, but they still have the mission of winning on their minds. Want to get back, and they want to be able to compete with Dartmouth, give them a challenge after the Big Green have won the last 11-15 seasons. It was sent forward in an illegal play. I see some substitutions coming out of the fields. See a scrum that Harvard's Spencer Carter inserts. Tom Nakata slowly jogging off the field. Looks like he got a little bit banged up on the last meeting of minds. So Carter is able to gather it up. O'Donnell looked like he had a hole, but Brown closed it up now. O'Donnell working through a pair of tacklers, would-be tacklers. They finally rip him out of bounds. We'll have a line out. Brown will get the throw in. Won by Brown. Out possession. Tackle there by Alex Green. Brown able to win it back. Lumkong down to one knee, but he got rid of the ball first. Over on the far sideline, just across the midfield line. Now the ball is still loose, and they say it was a foul against Harvard. Restarted right away by Lumkong, and again the official will say not so fast. Or another foul there. And Harvard down to 6. Looked like there had been must have been a yellow. Now Brown trying to turn around the corner, get wrapped up. Ball comes loose. Santos picks it up. He let it roll back a little bit so that he wouldn't get called for a knock-on. Harvard playing with 6 at the moment. Crimson would like to get it as far away from their own try line as possible. Have a scrum a little bit further in than 5 meters. Carter put it in, but Brown is able to win it. Toss back to Lumkong. Now working around to Streeter Bates. Back towards the middle, looking to get good positioning. If they do get across the try line, wide open on the left side, John Kim. He'll get across and touches down. Brown is on the board. 12-5. They're still trailing the Crimson. It's going to be a tough kick. Lumkong. Out of the corner of 23 and 5. Plenty of power on it, but again, just off target. So, John Kim. He's able to touch it down. Brown will kick off. They're within 1 score, just under 90 seconds left. If Brown can get it back, they are certainly not out of this one. They're playing 7-on-6 as well. High kick, knocked backwards. Harvard able to control. Robbie Waddalove got his hands on it. Now ball loosened up. Harvard's got it once again. Santos tries to power forward, goes to the quick and speedy Carter. Carter brought down. Santos again. He looks backwards. O'Donnell. And a violation against Brown. Santos will restart. Harvard wants to take as much time off the clock as they can here. Santos puts it down. Harvard back at full strength now. Quick turn going the other way. O'Donnell faked out the Brown defense. A man to beat. O'Donnell tries to plow through. He gets brought down. He did get rid of the ball, and it is picked up by O'Donnell. Nobody had taken control. He got back to his feet, saw the ball right there. Now he's spun around across the line. And a push from behind there. Brown will restart. They're going to pull him back to the line. We're about to hear the horn here, so Brown will have one last opportunity to move up the field and score. Harvard on top, 12-5 right now, as the Crimson look for a top seed. A tackle. Brown gets it. Go back to Kim. Kim's got the only Brown try in this one. Hard jersey tug for Santos. Gets help from O'Donnell to take Kim down. Spin move. Unsuccessful for Brown. Harvard will try and take it, and they will, in fact, win possession back. Now, no, they won't. It'll be a battle. And a yellow card will be shown to Santos, so he gets sent off. Well, that just made this a whole lot more interesting. 7-on-6 once again. Brown with a final possession here. The horn has already sounded. Brown trying to tie this game up. Brown beat Dartmouth earlier, 12-10 in its first game. 24-0 over Yale. And with a whistle, we get to the end, and Brown goes to the ground disappointed in squandering their last opportunity to tie this one up against the Harvard Crimson. 12-5 the final. Harvard over Brown. We have one more game left to see here at Mignone Field in pool play. That's Dartmouth and Columbia coming up next on the Ivy League on ESPN.